everything you ever wanted to know about manifestation. What is up, Alien Army? I am Oculus, the alien next door, purveyor of esoteric lore. And on this channel, we discuss everything out of this world. So I do just want to give you a heads up. There is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thunderstorm going on right now as I'm filming. I'm so excited. So if you hear the background noises, I don't know what to tell you. I figure maybe some of you might find it relaxing.
Because I know I do.
Anyway, now it's pouring rain. If you see me getting a little excited in this video,
fuck yes.
So this is just going to be really everything that you ever wanted to know, as I mentioned, about manifesting in your 3D realm experience. So the key points that I want to cover is state of being, triggers, as well as are mini manifestations easier to acquire than big manifestations? No. Or yes, depending on the way you look at it. This is your universe. So what I want to discuss first is your state of being. Your state of being is the number one thing that you have to maintain in order to successfully manifest anything that you motherfucking want in your motherfucking experience. Your state of being, in a metaphorical concept, is going to be how you be when you be it. So the word be simply implies be. It's no moving forward. It's no going back to the past. It simply bees something as it is right now. You be looking at this video right the fuck now. Wherever the fuck your mind is or wherever the fuck your emotions are, ideally the perfect state of being is to be present now. So your mind, your emotions are focused nowhere in the future, nowhere in the past. You are here now. You be with me now in this beautiful motherfucking thunderstorm. And what you be is what you attract. Or what you be in the moment allows you to attract whatever the fuck you want. So when you be something, that is your state of being. So your natural set point is going to be who you be most of the time. So as I use this example, as you're watching this video, where are you? Are you focused here primarily on the video and what I'm saying? Are you totally engrossed in the moment? Or are your thoughts pulling you this way or your emotions pulling you that way? If so, then you be not present in the moment and your state of being is misaligned. So there are two ways we can look at the state of being. As I said, it is always the now moment. It is always who you be now in every now moment. A second ago was a different now moment than a second from now will be. So the two ways that it can go in terms of manifestation is that manifestations do not arrive when you are not in your state of being present now. So if you fucking manifested something and you're sitting there and you're waiting on it and you're checking the time and you're watching the clock, you are not in the state of being present in the moment to receive it. You are in the state of being of waiting or anticipating. So you are not at one with the universe because the universe just bees whatever the fuck it be in the moment. And if you are not at one with the universe, how is the universe going to deliver what the fuck you want? That's where you get that cliche saying, which is very true, mind you, it arrives when you least expect it. Other aspect of state of being, because now when I suggested that it behooves you to remain in the moment of the state of being, whatever you're doing, be engrossed in that entirely. Do not be pulled this way or pulled that way. Be just as you are. that is the first state to successful manifestation, because that is when it arrives. The other aspect of state of being is emotional checkpoint. So I don't know if anyone else has mentioned this, but for me what resonates is emotional checkpoint state of being. I'm sure you're familiar with that chart that everyone talks about, power versus force, where you're at on the scale of emotional consciousness. Ideally, you should be at neutral or above as your general disposition state of being, because your state of being, when you are in a higher frequency, when your state of being natural set point is you are happy, you are joyful, and you are content, you are in a pleasant mood, all of those indicate a state of being that you are in predominantly throughout your day. So it's not that you have to walk around constantly happy or constantly joyful or constantly in a positive state of expection, but what I'm being conveyed as part of the state of being is that your natural set point is going to indicate your state of being and how ready you are to receive what it is that you have manifested. Because once you have manifested, it's done. That's it. It's you that keeps it from you and you alone. So something that you manifested from a positive, neutral, content state of being, when you were happy, guess what? It wants to arrive to you, but it's not going to arrive when your set point now goes lower. Let's say, for example, on the vibrational scale, now you're angry about something for whatever reason. It might not have anything to do with the manifestation that you have acquired energetically, but if you allow yourself to stay more in an angry emotional set point, that is going to become your predominant state of being. So someone who is watching this video right now and their dominant state of being is more of a joy, they're just content, or they're neutral in their physical realm experience, they are more likely to receive their manifestation faster than if their general state of being set point was anger or annoyance or something of that nature. So you can check in with your emotional Geiger counter. That's what I think I called it in another video. And what you do is you see throughout the day what type of mood you are in, what type of thoughts you are having, what type of emotions are flowing through you, because that will indicate what your dominant state of being is. So as you be here now with me watching this video, let's say you're not distracted by anything, but all day your state of being was in anger, your manifestation is going to take longer to appear to you, or it's going to appear to you skewed up in some way, rather than as you sit here with me in your state of being neutrality. But your entire day prior to watching this video, you were in a state of joy and happiness and contentedness. Your manifestation is going to arrive faster because it doesn't have to push through the barrier of the lower density energetic construct. So when someone is operating predominantly from a lower scale of emotions, and that's their predominant day, their state of being, even when they are just neutral, is likely to still slow down a manifestation rather than their state of being. If they were, for the most part, 75% of their day, let's say they were in a state of joy, and now their natural set point, they're sitting here in neutrality, but there's no energetic block, there's no dense energy that is preventing the manifestation as it bees now, as the universe bees, as you be, because there's no separation, there's no strong dense block. Think of lower density emotions as like a brick wall that's just preventing your manifestation to get to you, and think of lighter density energy as just being ethereal clouds or vapors or nothing at all. Now there's no separation betwixt you and that which you want. So that is the first thing that I want to talk about. Now we are going to get a little bit into triggers, because this is where a lot of individuals seem to get fucked up when they are manifesting something, is that a trigger will come up, and that's just the way that the 3D Earth Matrix was designed, and I do have a few other videos on triggers, but a trigger will come up just to see if someone passed the test, if their state of being has really changed from, let's say, say, anger to joy. As they progress along their journey, the less they react to triggers, the more they respond out of character than they ever had before to the trigger. That trigger is going to disappear because now there's nothing to tempt you, to bait you into falling back into the old paradigm. So that can be another way that manifestations take longer to arrive. If your state of being is still a little bit like you think you're neutral, but then some trigger from the past or something similar from the past comes up, just like, hey, did you really change or not? And then you react to it the way you always did. Guess what? That's going to prolong whatever your manifestation is. And this is the area that a lot of individuals can get tripped up by, because number one, it's a part of the earth matrix, right? Like, you're here to like kind of conquer your fears. So there's this saying, I forget by who, but it's fear knocked on the door, faith answered, and lo, no one was there. That's a quote, okay? So I find this very fitting because triggers just want to try to attempt to reactivate the shadow aspect, the lower density emotions and emotional reactions, knee-jerk reactions. The 3D Earth Matrix is trying to keep you bound to that paradigm. Like, that's the whole design of it. So if you keep reacting and you don't respond from your new state of being, your complete neutral state of being, guess what? Your manifestation is going to take longer to arrive to you because you're still ensnared in that little mind fuck of the 3D Earth Matrix. So the less you respond to triggers, they're just going to seem to vaporize out of your experience because it's not getting any type of feedback. If let's say something presents itself to you that you don't like and you're trying to manifest the opposite of the thing that you don't like that presents itself, guess what?
Don't matter. Okay.
Just keep moseying the motherfucker along on your journey. Pay no mind to it. That is the quickest way to break a trigger. You see it, you fucking laugh at it.
Haha, motherfucker, how dare you tempt me?
Don't you know that I'm stronger than that?
Poof, be gone. And then they will be less prevalent and less prevalent until all of your triggers have been released. And then now you're at the point where instantaneous manifestation is going to be natural. So now I want to get into instantaneous manifestation being natural. So is it easier to manifest something small in regards to manifesting something big? So let's say you want to manifest someone paying for your fucking order when you're at the drive-thru, right? Sort of like a pay it forward type of thing. Let's say you want to manifest that. That might seem a little bit easier than you trying to manifest your dream mansion. Well, number one, your order at the drive-thru likely is probably going to be $40 at most. Your dream mansion might be 40 million. At minimum. You know what I'm saying?
It depends what kind of taste you have.
But it don't matter because to the universe, everything is always all connected. Everything is all at once. Everything is already in the state of being. If you were able to tap into the energy of that $40 million mansion and you were able to tap into the energy of that $40 drive-thru meal, guess what? They both exist now. It is your mind construct that is preventing you from seeing a logical way of how that $40 million mansion is going to come into your experience. Whereas something minute, $40 at the drive-thru, someone's going to pay it forward, they're going to buy your meal, logically might be easier to come by just because it seems like less of a manifestation because it involves less dollar amounts. But to the universe, there is no less anything. There's always more because the universe is always expanding. It's never shrinking. So you see less. The universe sees more. So because the universe sees more, what happens is that there is nothing that is off limits. The universe only knows expansion. It only knows greater. It only knows more than. It does not know less than because the universe is not shrinking. The universe is in a constant state of expansion. And as you are part of the universe, you are always in a constant state state of expansion. The only limit is the limit that you give yourself. To the universe, $40 versus $40 million, it don't matter. It's the same thing. The ego mind, the logical monkey mind that is attached to the humanoid vessel in everyone, is the one that is creating the barrier, because one is typically programmed to believe that $40 million is harder to come by than $40. Pick whatever dollar amount you want. You can pick anything that you want as well. It's all about programming. So someone might think that they have to settle for a particular type of person in a relationship because that is what they are programmed. Someone might believe that they have to settle for a typical 9-to-5 job because that is what they have been programmed with. Programming is all over in the matrix, and the whole design of the matrix is designed for you to excel past the barriers that the artificial intelligence video game is providing you with. There are no limits. The limits are constructs. The universe, constant state of expansion, knows no limits. That is one reason why it might appear that a larger manifestation, because you think it's larger, it's your projection that $40 million is larger than a $40 meal at a drive-thru. Where did that concept come from? It came from a belief system in somewhere. So it comes from programming pretty much, where someone just believes, or what their prior experience has been up until this point, that they just expect that they have to work hard to achieve anything. They have to go through trauma in order to have a successful emotional state within them, or be in their dream relationship, right? Like, they think that they have to go through hardships in order to get what they want. And this is part of the design of the matrix as well. Work hard, action, go through drama, struggle, because everything is a balance. So most individuals that are in human vessels have had struggles in one area or another, or they have faced something that they perceived as being more difficult than something easy. That too is a limiting mind construct. So someone's love life might excel whilst their career is kind of on shaky ground. And if you get to the root of it, someone whose career might be on shaky ground is they will typically find that they were taught somewhere along their journey, maybe from a teacher, from school, from the news, from a parent, a guardian, whoever, that they must work hard, go to school for X amount of years, have all of these student loans and not pay it off, and then they're going to be in their career because that's what you're taught to do. But meanwhile, they never wanted to do that. So now their career is on shaky ground because they went against what they felt inside, and they decided to pursue the path that was bestowed upon them by someone else, but it never resonated. That can be one aspect. So why things typically seem that they are out of reach is due to programming or a belief system that one must sacrifice XYZ in order to attain ABC. And it's true that you must sacrifice your old way of being, your old state of being. Let's say if you were in a state predominantly of lack, now you do have to sacrifice that. You need to let that motherfucker go, and you need to sacrifice that. You need to give that up in order to live in the state of abundance. Yes, you do have to sacrifice your old state of being for your new one, because that is the only way that you are going to be able to manifest on the same day that $40 fucking lunch meal and that $40 million mansion. The only way is to give up every belief system that limits you. You do not have to work hard. You do not have to slave away. You do not have to go to college for 17 years in order to attain XYZ billions, millions, however many motherfucking dollars you want. You do not not have to put up with suffering or settle for a relationship with someone that you just ain't into like that. You can have your dream relationship right the fuck now. But there is a belief system somewhere in there, which I tell you, it did not come from you. You might think that it came from you because it might have repeated itself in your psyche over and over again to the point where it's like a fucking broken record and you're like, shut the fuck up already, ain't nobody want to hear that song anymore. But it did not originate from you. Your original state of being is, sure, you might have taken on a soul and agreed to go through different experiences and meet up with different souls on this journey, but your pure soul state is innocence. It is not corrupted. Somewhere in there, a file got corrupted from an outside source that you ingested into you, and then you just started regurgitating whatever the fuck that file was given to you. You regurgitate it and you don't even realize. That is the only thing that is stopping you from easily manifesting a $40 million mansion, because maybe a caretaker when you were growing up said,
oh, you'll never have that. You have to work for 100 years before you can have a $40 million mansion.
Guess what? Maybe that stuck with you, but it didn't come from you. Your natural state of being is innocence. If you want to take it into ye shall be as little children and enter the kingdom of heaven, that is what it is. It's talking about innocence, uncorrupted files that are going on in the subconscious mind in the background. Those motherfuckers that are corrupted, those belief systems, are the only things that are stopping you from manifesting everything that you want right now. There's triggers which also are attached to the files, so they're sort of like one and the same, but the trigger only presents itself to you if you have not deleted that corrupted file already, because the trigger can only appear because it's a part of you, be it shadow aspect or not. A trigger can only appear if there's that file running in the background. So you got to make sure you delete all the files, the non-believer type of files. However you want to do that, you delete those files. A trigger, if it tries to even present itself, because the file is deleted, you look at it, you might have reacted differently to that trigger a month ago, and now you see the same or similar trigger presents itself to you, and you're like, motherfucker, you don't faze me. Poof, be gone, because you've already deleted that file. So it's time to clean up the motherfucking cobwebs. Get all of those files that are corrupted out of your psyche, and you will be in your pure, unadulterated state, your state of being, among everything else that I discussed in this video, and you will be able to have instant manifestation, because nothing is too grandiose for the universe. Remember, the universe is all that is, all that ever will be. So what's happening is that you are limitless, but the mind construct is what's dumbing you down energetically, so to speak, because it's like putting up a brick wall. So your desires are trying to get to you, but you have a belief, oh no, why would that happen? Someone has to work 70 years before they attain that, right? Like, you'll find it, and then you get rid of the limiting beliefs, and then boom, you can have whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want. That's what I got for you today. I am Oculus, the alien next door. We will chit chat again soon.